Hello, fellow teachers and classmates. We want to invite you to view our Level 4 project for EDIT 6150. We're excited to show and tell you all about QR codes and how this mobile tool can be used in your classroom to help students be excited, engaged, and gain new knowledge all at the same time. We chose this tool because we felt it would help get kids motivated to participate and learn something new along the way. It can be used as a learning lesson to introduce new content or as a study program to review the things that you've already covered. So, what are QR codes? QR simply stands for quick response, which is what you get when you use a phone or a mobile device to scan this little black and white pixelated image. They work in a similar way to UPC or barcodes, but don't need any special scanner to work. Traditionally, these have been used in advertising. Some common places you might see them is on brochures, event posters, in magazines, on books, cereal boxes, and kiosks. You can scan a QR code on a movie poster and instantly be linked to the film's trailer. Publishers are using them to build buzz on an author's work by putting them on books. You can link directly to their website to learn more about the author. McDonald's is even using them in Japan, where customers can scan food items and instantly know the nutritional content of what they're about to consume. It's pretty amazing. Once you're familiar with them, you'll start noticing them everywhere. What we really wanted to address today, though, is how to utilize these little codes for learning and how they can support learning in the classroom. In a lot of ways, QR codes can save time because they're quick. Scan the QR code, and students are instantaneously taken to a web article. Not all web addresses are short and sweet. Lengthy URLs can be an issue, and typing these without error can be a real challenge. This is especially helpful with dyslexic, special needs, or younger students. Getting additional help is another great way to use these. Say a kid is struggling with a certain math problem on his homework, it's easy to add a QR code to the assignment sheet that links to a helpful how-to video that re-explains how to do the problem. Also, using QR codes can allow teachers to mix it up for a fresh and new approach to learning content. The best use we found for this mobile tool was using QR codes to create a scavenger hunt. We discovered this great web tool called the QR Treasure Hunt Generator, which was very simple to use. You just go online to classroomtools.net and enter your series of questions, push the button, and QR codes are automatically generated for you, along with a guide to show you your questions and answers. For our lesson, we wanted to do a take on Women's History Month to get kids interested and wanting to learn more about some of the greatest women in history. So we put together a lecture slideshow called Influential Women of History. For this scavenger hunt, we gathered 20 advanced band students, grades 8 through 12, for some informal discussion and group work. The lesson consisted of a PowerPoint presentation delivered on a smartboard with a short lecture. Students were advised to take notes in preparation for the next activity. At first, you can see that the kids were kind of out of it, a bit too laid back, not seeming to be very excited at all. We then divided the class into 4 teams of 5 and distributed one iPad for each group. Each device was previously set up with a QR code scanning program called Enigma. The best part about this format is that the web access is not required for the QR codes to work. It gave us freedom to move about without having to worry about a Wi-Fi connection and could be used by any student with a mobile phone as well. We set them on task to go out and search, discover, and scan QR codes, which would reveal the next question and a clue that would help lead them to the next QR code. They were writing their answers down on their quiz sheets as they went along. The change in the students' body language was amazing. They were up, moving around, laughing, and enjoying the activity. They were clearly engaged and excited. Students were rushing around to get the next question, and working together to figure out the best way to get to the next code. We found the 4 C's were all well represented here. We saw the students using critical thinking skills, sharing ideas and suggestions on how to find where the next clue might be. We were really proud of the way this work brought the students together in a true collaborative and creative effort. They really had to work and communicate well as a group to be successful. The nice thing to see as well was healthy competition. It seemed to drive their efforts forward in a really fresh and exciting way that you may not see on a traditional paper quiz. It was in essence like a foot race, and that the first place team was able to earn the highest amount of extra credit points. Students were up and moving about, and we feel this actual act of engaging in this physical activity actually helped them to learn. These ideas are supported by the article Move Your Body, Grow Your Brain, found on the website Edutopia. The article states by incorporating movement and physical activity into the school day, you can support student learning in a variety of ways. The article is based on the academic work of Jacob Saddlemeyer and John J. Rady that supports the notion that strenuous physical activity is not only healthy for students, but also improves their academic ability. Our findings supported the notion that this type of activity proved has positive results. When students' work was checked for accuracy, almost every student had correct answers to each of the 10 QR code questions. For additional evaluations, we gave the students a post-activity survey. There was a 5-question survey where students had to circle a number on a scale from 1 to 5, with a response of 1 representing not at all and 5 representing the value extremely. When asked if the activity helped them learn a lot about women in history, the majority of the class, 95%, answered either a 4 or a 5. When asked if they felt engaged and interested in the activity, again, 95% of the class rated themselves as extremely engaged. And when asked would the lesson inspire them to learn more on their own, the numbers were slightly mixed, but overwhelmingly 75% of the class said it had inspired them to know more. When asked what they would do to improve this activity, students suggested having each group start with a different question so they wouldn't just be able to follow the lead group to the next code. When asked, was there anything you disliked about the lesson, the answers were varied. However, the most common answer was that the activity was too short. How interesting that students would want to improve a quiz by making it longer. So maybe making learning fun does prove to indeed encourage students to want to learn more. We're convinced. Check it out and see for yourselves. We're pretty sure you'll be just as surprised and as pleased as we were with the results.